you hearing this?
He's gonna eat the goat? Excellent.
It's been 30 years since this movie was released, and there was never a commentary done on this scene. So we're going to take you through it together.
We're in all the good sequences.
We are in some good sequences. Let's rub it in.
Yeah.
This is the first time that we've met the T-Rex, and we're going to take you through it.
Roll it.
Where's the goat?
Real goat.
Okay.
Sacrifice on that day. No, I'm joking. Okay, so we shot this in LA also. This was on a stage. They had like a duplicate kind of area in Hawaii, I believe, for earlier, but all this stuff was, and this was one of the first times I think we really saw the T-Rex, if I remember, like all the pieces of it. And then I remember the set, you know, they had like kind of the model where they could like move the tail and then the tail would move. And it was just really a marvel. I remember Steven taking me through and showing me all this stuff.
Isn't it incredible? I felt like we were always irritating Stan. We want to stand and look at it and ask him how it was working and how do the toes work.
Yeah, and this was like one of the most complete dinosaurs too that we saw. Like I feel like it had almost all of the T-Rex except maybe like the feet there and different pieces of it, right?
Yeah, I know that was incredible. And didn't we come directly from Hawaii to this? And so we had been just bathed in that experience of the tropical Hawaii, and here we are in the cold wind machine, the mud pit, the rain. It was so glamorous.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. Yeah,
This
we went
is
from a
what I
tropical
want.
paradise to a mud pit, basically.
Keep absolutely still.
And I remember we were playing a lot of Monopoly in the trailers, waiting for them to get this stuff set up.
Yeah, I loved that. but then I don't know, you were pretty hardcore with Monopoly.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't
absolutely.
believe it. I was so surprised.
Yeah, you know, it took a long time, but I was very invested every time. It's always the dog. It's like the car. They're my two favorites.
I think so.
Good, Tim. Get that door closed. That'll help. Man, I remember also like that, I mean, Steven did this with all of the sequences, but I remember specifically walking onto the stage and seeing that it was all storyboarded. And
Yes.
for people who don't know what a storyboard is, basically like a comic strip of what you're going to be shooting. So he knew every single shot he wanted. And in this sequence, I feel like there's like the greatest amount of iconic shots maybe in the movie, you know? And so just like every one of those was like detailed. They weren't just done on a whim, you know? There was a real plan going into this. And so all these iconic moments in this scene were you know, planned out beautifully.
Wasn't he so squared away? I remember walking onto the set each morning and seeing the storyboards up on the wall.
Yeah.
They were drawn so beautifully. And then watching the final movie after, they actually didn't deviate from those compositions.
I know.
I saw those very compositions in the finished piece,
Yes.
which was so fun.
That dinosaur was not supposed to go down that far.
But
when it
I was
broke
so
the glass.
excited. I thought it was so much
There's the
fun.
missing tooth. You can see the dinosaur is missing a tooth because it came down too far in the plexiglass. It broke it. It wasn't supposed to. It's shot so beautifully, man.
Yeah, that's
Spielberg, he knew what he was doing. He was pretty good at this.
You think?
Yeah, he's gonna have a career. I think he will. I do. Oh boy, here we're getting to the mud pit, right? What was it,
will
oatmeal?
Never forget.
What was it?
Okay, the makeup artists were painting us with oatmeal every day. I remember that. They'd slop it under our faces, and then
It's
there was-
delicious.
And then there was the mud pit. It was 3 feet deep. I will never forget the squelching, the cold, horrible mud. And I wondered why more of them didn't get in to give us moral support. It was just you and me, and that was it.
Hey! Hey! Ian, freeze! Get the kids! Get rid of the flare! Get the kids! Get rid of the flare!
This is just so great too, the sequence. I mean, like, you're on the edge of your seat, you're so terrified, and then you have this moment of comedy, like, kind of in the middle, where everything just, like, falls away. And I don't know, that's just, like, the brilliance of Steven, I think, where he can just, like, marry the comedy with, like, the terror.
No! No! Ah! Okay, Lex, I got you.
Just how they also just married, like, the computer-generated aspects of the dinosaurs with, like, the animatronics. Just, I don't know if it's ever been done better to this day.
No, it was pivotal, absolutely, for its time. I mean, nothing's ever really equaled it.
No.
And it happened at that juncture, where it was all getting invented at the same time, and then they married it together.
Stan Winston, the best in the biz.
Oh, yeah. We'll always miss Stan, huh? Yeah, Stan Winston, John Rosengrant. ILM for the CGI, they were unbelievable. It's just incredible what they've done.
I'm still in the mud pit. You're out at that point, lucky.
We were wet for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, just sopping and covered in oatmeal and mud. And it was probably good for my skin, though. So.
Yeah, maybe. Exactly. That's why we still look so good after 30 years. It's the mud pit. You should try it. If you can get your own mud pit at home, 3 feet deep, car on top of you, 30 years, you're going to look great. How the heck did you do this? I don't even know how you did this. Where is this?
This is a scene where I ended up pulling him over. He didn't know I was going to continue the scene, neither did Steven, unfortunately. I just leaned back. I was method acting. Right? I was just going to go for it. Nobody knew. So we fall into this big crash mat below. And my mom has no idea what happens when you disappear out of frame.
And was that on a stage there?
It was on
that
the stage,
had to be on stage
yes.
still.
This was the same stage.
Dang,
yeah.
Incredible. Oh, what a great sequence. We were playing basically all the time. We were going into Universal Studios during lunch. We did Halloween together as our characters. No one knew who we were.
It was so much fun.
And our families were there the whole time, so we were just like a big kid troop.
It was insane. We had so much fun.
Absolutely.
It was the best ever.
All right, whenever you guys are ready.
Yes, the infamous kitchen scene from Jurassic Park. We're going to take you through it beat by beat. I'm very excited. Cantaloupe, good. Weird broccoli things. Your plate's healthy. Mine is disgusting.
This is your food. Typical.
That's my food. I still eat that. Commenting about our lunch today. You eating healthy. I ate a cookie. It's good. Nothing's changed. My ear's healed. That's all. And
there I am with the green Jell-O. I had no idea that people would see that moment of me in the Jell-O over and over and over. It becomes so iconic. I'm like, oh, what? And I've become addicted to green Jell-O since then.
This was on a stage in LA, right? We did this probably third month of the shoot or something. And we shot it for 2 weeks. And it was cool that we just got to do it together and there were no adults around. Like, that was pretty awesome. Just kind of like, I don't know, just walking on set and it's just like, oh, it's just you.
Us
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
We're so cool.
I know, man.
We're the principal cast.
Exactly.
Only us.
It's like a huge movie and it's just us on the call sheet for that
and the
day.
Raptors.
Well, no, they're not on the call sheet. Are they? I feel like we got like every kind of version of the dinosaurs, right? We got animatronic, we got computer generated, we got puppeteering, we got people in them, we had them on wheels, we had everything.
Yeah, I think we did. It was one of those really intense sequences. We spent a lot of time there.
Yes.
And I remember it going on for days because we had to get all the angles.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there was John Rosengrant, who ended up getting into the suit.
Yes.
And there with us and trying to mimic the motion of a dinosaur. He was really incarnating. Didn't he do a good job?
Yes, he did. Because I couldn't tell you which part was him. That was probably right there.
Yes, I think that was him, right there.
And then this is CGI. Man, it's so good still.
I can't even believe it.
I do remember Spielberg coming over and being like, don't cry. Don't cry. You got to be brave in this sequence, you know, just in case you get too scared, just make sure that, like, you don't go that far, you know.
He wanted to see that determined sense that Tim could carry.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
That like we were going to be able to kind of make it through, and that we weren't going to kind of panic. It was just so much fun to be there with the dinosaurs so close to us. Like, we didn't always get to experience that, you know? A lot of times it was all computer-generated stuff or, like, sequences where they weren't there. But this was probably the most intimate moments with these guys. Did you just actually get hit with those things?
Yeah, but I was in character. I could deal with it.
Were they, like, rubber?
They were. I think they were rubberized.
Okay.
They were pretty
So
soft. I was okay.
Yep. I remember there's someone inside of this counter that makes that drop. There's actually a guy sitting in there, and he pushes it through the hole so that it drops in that exact moment.
I had totally forgotten that.
I don't know why I don't go with you here. I'm just freaking out.
Yeah, I mean, I am your older sister. I've got your best interest at heart.
I know. I should have really listened to you. Things got really hairy here. I've seen a great meme online of that image right there, where it's like, you know, running into your ex, be like, look at you saving my life.
Well,
What a
I do
good
love
big
you.
sister. I know.
I know we
do have
fight
our-
and everything, sibling rivalry,
We
like
have our
everyone.
quarrels, naturally. Oh, those gums. That's
Okay,
unbelievable.
there I am. I was
get hurt?
pretty cramped up in that little box, though. It was all the gymnastic training, though. It was still comfortable.
I was probably in school.
That's true.
Getting my 3 hours a day while you were doing this.
I remember my school books. They were covered in red blood makeup. It looked so macabre.
That's awesome. Okay, here I come.
It's your chance.
Yeah, this is big. This was filmed on my birthday. I was 8, turning 9, and I don't know if you remember that.
I do, I remember.
Yeah, they had this guy on wheels behind me. They pushed him. He was supposed to go right. Instead, they lost control. It went left with me, and I got hit in the head with the claw. And I was on the ground, a little dazed. And that's when Spielberg came over and decided that everyone was going to sing happy birthday to me.
I hope I comforted you.
I don't even remember. Because he told me, he's like, hey, can we do it one more time? And I got up and I was still a little dazed. Like, okay, no, forget it.
I can't believe you're only 9. That is so
The day I turned
amazing.
9.
Yes,
The day
this
I
is
turned-
your
I was
birthday.
I was like, half of it I was 8 and half of it I was 9. I know, it's so little. It's crazy.
What a birthday, right?
Yeah. My limp goes away. I don't know, I guess I'm healed. There it is. Oh my goodness. That sequence so good.
That was fun.
Dang.
I can't believe we watched it together.
I know.
This time.
I don't know.
It's insane. I didn't
It was
even
probably
see
the
you
premiere.
at the screening. So you were not at the screening when I went for the first time, I remember. But it was the premiere.
I was terrified watching it in theaters. There were so many things that I like, you know, that we're not a part of that I was just like freaking out about. So I really got to watch it like as a pure spectator, which was pretty awesome.
I thought it was going to be different.
Yeah.
When I did the screening, I felt really calm, and I thought, oh, this is going to be a breeze. I know what I'm going to see here. I saw a couple of dailies. I'm good. I jumped out of my seat. I was freaked out.
I know they did a good job if they can make us even scared.
Yeah.
But
Incredible.
so wonderful to see you.
Hi.